Hi guys, I promised I'd do a video about the varnishing again. Well, as you can see, this one is varnished. Putting it up close. And you can see this is glossy. This one is all ready and it's up on Etsy. So anyone who wants to buy this one isn't sold yet, and it has some really beautiful cells, as you can see, and it has the primary element swirls, and these cells up here are totally amazing. So anyone wanting to buy it, go over to Etsy, it's on there. So as you can see, it's smoothly varnished, and I'll get a couple more. Gotta get a place to put these. This is another one that I varnished. Just because this is such a smooth kind of a pour, you can see that it's really super shiny and flat. Then I have another one which I put a lot of layers on. This one is also on Etsy. As you can see, it's almost it resembles resin. You do see a slight brush stroke, just a little bit, and there's even a hair in here, so that's why I put it on as a oops painting, because I can't get the hair out. But you will have my DNA if you buy it. Yep. Sorry for joking around, but that's true. Oh, and then I have one I have finished. This also one is a finished piece, as you can see, all shiny. I did about 6 or 7 coats on this one. This one is for Robert. It's already sold, and it's looking cool. Look at those cells. Beautiful cells. Very beautiful painting. So that was that. I'm going to show you guys. I need some coffee. I'm going to show you some varnishing. Normally I would use this brush, and what you do, you have to feel these fibers. It's a synthetic brush, but it is so soft and it almost doesn't leave any brush strokes. I've tried it with one of those sponge things, but it does not work for me. It leaves all sorts of drag marks. I don't really like it. Some people say they use it and it doesn't leave a mark at all, so I guess it's just what you get used to. But I really love the brushes. So now I have 2 little paintings here. I didn't clean them, so they're full of silicone. First one I'm going to use is the gloss varnish from Vallejo. And what I would normally do is just pour it on here like that. And this is what I do with the bigger ones too. Then get my brush nicely covered. Start at the edge and just pull it over like that. And do it very softly. Your brush should almost not touch the canvas. But what I do recommend is you go down and across, always. And as you can see, there are tiny little air bubbles in there. And sometimes I'll just take a torch and go over it a little bit like that, very fast. And as you can see, let's see if I can get the light in it. You can see where the varnish is separating from the canvas, because there's a lot of silicone in there. So don't do anything to it. It's nice and smooth, and just leave it like that. So when that layer has totally dried, you bring on the next layer and the next, and I do 3 or 4, and then you'll see that it's totally, you can't even pick it up anymore, so you won't see it. Then now I need to clean my brush. I'll just get another one, a clean one. This is the other one, the polyurethane. And I like to really shake everything I open because I think that's just a good thing to do. If it doesn't help any, it doesn't hurt. And as you can see, this one is much more transparent. And I do exactly the same thing. Get my brush nice and wet, and then just pull it over the canvas, just like that, with a very light touch. That's all you do. And you can already see here that it's separating from the canvas because there's silicone. So we went over like that and over like that, and that's all I do. Then I put them aside. Getting my next brush. I will do this one. This is a test canvas, and what I would do is exactly the same thing. I would get a big blob of that stuff on there, take my brush, wet it, get it totally soaked, put it up against the side, and just pull it over like that. Now make sure you get the corners. You don't have to go down, because I always do the sides like 2 layers later. Okay, when you think, okay, it's ready, then I just do one small stroke where I barely touch the canvas. And then when you look over it, you'll see that there is no brush strokes to see. But you don't want to overdo it. This is all you have to do. And then put it away. And I know how it works. Believe me, I've done it many times before. So you see it drying, and then you put your finger on it, and you feel that it's dry to the touch. Then you come in with your next layer, and what happens is sometimes in some place in the middle or somewhere else where there was a little bit more of that stuff, it's still a little bit wet, and then you get your second layer, does something to your first layer, it gets bubbly, and you know, it's just one big mess. So that you don't want to do that. I've done that many times before, because sometimes with varnishing I have absolutely no patience whatsoever. So I really want to just get it over and done with. I want to go layer for layer for layer, and that just doesn't work. So this is all we have to do. And I'll tell you that in about an hour this will be dry to the touch. But you don't want to do the second one any faster than, like, you put 4 hours between layers. So don't do it. Even if you think, oh, that's gonna work, don't do it. Just don't do it. Because when you mess it up, you know, that's, oh, that feels so bad when you mess it all up. You get so frustrated. Now let's see if I got something else to, let me clean my brush. It's clean. Now, why did I stop using triple thick? I can tell you that. I used the little jars, the 236 milliliter jars. So, and that worked fine for me. It really did. But then I got my second batch, and they're in these bottles, and all of a sudden that stuff goes cracking. Here you can see the silicone on the surface. Let me pick it up with the light. Here you go, see that? That's a lot of silicone. And this is just a test canvas. And what I do is just put it on there, put in my brush like I did with the other, And this has a lot more drag on it, a lot more. This is much thicker. And of course you can dilute it with water. That's okay, you can do that. And I do like the smell of it, but it dries very fast. So when you do this, you got to be quick. And now I'm taking a look where all that silicone was, and you can just see how it's spreading that silicone all over the canvas. I'll get you up close. See that? That is all silicone. So before I'm going to be using this brush again, I have to totally clean this brush, because you will have cross-contamination with this if you don't clean your brush. Now this was a pretty bad example, because this was a overload on silicone, as you could see when I showed it to you. And look at that, you just see it spreading all over the place. That's weird, isn't it? But we're gonna just leave it like that for a bit, and then come in with a little bit more. And what you're really doing is you're getting that silicone mixed in with the triple thick, and it's sort of like I showed you with the resin. So you're really putting it on thick, and making it move and letting it get in there. And somehow it sort of absorbs. And you just keep on moving. But I would not, you know, I would not do this. This is just because I want to show you what the different varnishes do. I would never do this with a real piece, because I always take off the overload on silicone. But as you can see, it's picking it up, and there are less of those little holes now. It's nice and smooth. You can't see any brush strokes, but it all has to do with a brush like this. So this is an American American brush. It's 2.5 inch. So it's very soft, and that's what I hate about buying a brush. Most of the brushes are packaged, so you can't put your finger through the fibers, and I think that is a shame, because when I feel a brush, I'm 100% sure it's going to work as a varnish brush, yes or no. And they just sometimes put it on there, varnish brush, but then it's too stiff, or it's just not right. But you have to feel it. It has to be smooth and silky, and you have to be, look how thin it is. It is so thin, because then when I pull it over the canvas, it will barely touch it, but it will smooth out the varnish. That is what you're looking for. A very thin brush with synthetic hairs. But when you put your finger through a new brush, it should feel silky smooth. That's what you want. So we're gonna let this one dry. We're gonna let the two minis dry. We're gonna let the test canvas dry. Here you can see, here and there you see the silicone. But we're not gonna be bothered by it. We're just gonna let it dry, and I'll be doing a couple of these videos. So every time I put a layer on, I will be videoing it and putting it up. And I might just number them the same and just do video 270, A, B, C, D, something like that. I'll figure it out. And that's that. That's that. Right now I'm uploading a video for the Dutch speaking people, because I've had a lot of people email me and leaving comments under the English versions, and they really ask, you know, can't you just do one in Dutch so we know what we have to buy? And I thought, well, why not? Yes, I will. So that's what I did today. Okay, guys, I kept my promise, and now I'm signing off. Gonna upload this one, and of course I'm gonna say to you guys, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite, and have sweet dreams. And when I see you tomorrow, it'll be early because tomorrow is a work day and I have to go to work. So see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.